I'm probably around 210 right now, so just about 10 pounds. I feel a lot better. Like I've been training with Kupp, so it's been good. He's in the revenge tour. He's been able to get like a healthy offseason and stuff, so he's back at it.
The Los Angeles Rams won the Super Bowl just a few years ago, but have been itching to get back to that success after a few super injury derailed seasons. At least that's what you would think. But the truth is that there are so many factors to why this team sort of fell off. But the good news is that they are still super talented. They made a few moves this offseason that I really liked, and I think they are going to get back on track in 2024. So basically, I'm going to be talking about everything going on with this team in this video. But before I begin, I would really appreciate it if you would drop a like and subscribe. It only takes 5 seconds, plus you can always change your mind. We are on the road to 30k subscribers and are just 1,000 away. So with your support, I believe we can get there super fast. Alright, so Cooper Kupp had a strong start to the 2022 season before getting injured in a game against the Cardinals, and his performance was on track to be one of the best ever. Unfortunately, 2023, as I said, was also marred by injury during training camp, which impacted his ability to perform. Despite these setbacks, there's confidence that Kupp will return to his previous form in 2024. Coupled with his offseason training with Puka Nacua, there's a bold prediction that both Kupp and Nacua will combine for 3,000 plus receiving yards this season. This could mean various combinations of yardage splits between the two, really showcasing their potential as an explosive duo. But experts are still acknowledging potential pushback. The bold prediction accounts for the presence of other offensive weapons like Blake Corum and Demarcus Robinson, and tight ends such as Colby Parkinson and Tyler Higbee. Matthew Stafford's ability to spread the ball around is also a big key factor, and if he stays healthy, he could surpass 4,500 passing yards. The depth and talent on the roster suggests that Kupp and Nacua could still achieve significant yardage, even with a diverse set of targets in the offense. Anyways, health will be a critical factor in this bold prediction. Any injury could derail the possibility of Kupp and Nacua reaching the 3,000 yard mark. However, if they remain healthy, there's a strong belief in their ability to meet this ambitious goal. The second bold prediction shifts focus to the Rams defense, suggesting it could be a top 10 unit in the league. Despite the departure of Aaron Donald, the excitement around new defensive coordinator Chris Shula is palpable. Shula's experience with various defensive coordinators and his new responsibilities offer a fresh approach to this defense. And the Rams have invested in their defense, adding players like Darius Williams, Tre'Davious White, and Cameron Curl, and focusing on developing their secondary. The addition of rookies Jared Verse and Brandon Fisk bolsters the defensive line, alongside established players like Byron Young and Kobe Turner. The linebacker core is anchored by Ernest Jones, who could receive a contract extension. The overall defensive depth and versatility, especially in the secondary, provides Shula with multiple strategic options and so many different ways he can go. The Rams' defensive approach aims to be more aggressive and adaptable. The addition of ballhawks like Cameron Kinchens and versatile players like Quindell Johnson add to this dynamic. The offseason moves really indicate a commitment to improving the D. In transitioning to my third bold prediction, I'm just gonna say it, I think this team is gonna make a deep playoff run. The NFC does have some good teams, but with the experience under center and throughout the roster, I think they will be battle tested by the time the playoffs come, and they will be ready to go. A key strength of the Rams lies in their depth across all positions. Their running back room, including players like Kenrich Williams and Blake Corum, is one of the most underrated in the league. And the wide receiving core is strong with Kupp, Nacua, and others, while the tight end group featuring Tyler Higbee and Hunter Long provides additional offensive options. And the offensive line, reinforced by players like Jonah Jackson and Steve Avila, ensures some protection and stability for Stafford. And the defensive line, even without Donald, boasts significant talent and depth with players like Byron Young and Kobe Turner, which I mentioned earlier. Special teams will also play a crucial role, with reliable kickers and returners ensuring overall team stability. Jimmy Garoppolo as the backup quarterback provides some experience support, ensuring that the team can remain competitive even in case of an injury to Stafford, but let's just hope that never happens. The talent and depth across the roster really eliminated major needs, which allowed the Rams to focus on refining their strategies this offseason. Alright, now I want to look deeper into what this team did in the draft and break down some of the players they picked. With their first round pick at number 19, they took Jared Verse, a defensive end out of Florida State. Like I've said, the Rams had a clear need on the defensive line after defensive tackle Aaron Donald retired. General manager Les Snead said adding to that area of the field would be a priority at some point in the draft, but Los Angeles addressed the need right away by making Verse their first round pick since 2016. Kobe Turner, who played nose tackle for the Rams last season, has enough versatility that it allowed the Rams to replace Donald's production elsewhere on the defensive line. Verse lined up almost exclusively on the defense's right side in 2023 at FSU. According to ESPN stats and information, 86% of his defensive snaps came at either right defensive end or right outside linebacker. Donald led the Rams last season with 45 pressures, and according to ESPN, the next highest mark was rookie outside linebacker Byron Young, who had 35. Verse won't be expected to replace Donald's production on his own, but he did have 9 sacks in 2023, which ranked 3rd in the ACC. He also had 50 pressures, which were the 8th most in the FBS last season. Moving on to pick 39, they picked another Florida State guy in Braden Fisk, a defensive tackle. Over the last 2 seasons, Fisk had 11.5 sacks when lined up as a defensive tackle, which was the 2nd most in the FBS over that span. He also created 11 sacks over the last 2 seasons when lined up as a defensive tackle. According to ESPN stats and information, Donald had 8 sacks last season in Los Angeles and led the team in pressures. Fisk was college teammates with Verse, the Rams' first pick. Verse arrived at the Rams draft house in Hermosa Beach for his introductory press conference as Los Angeles was trading up for Fisk. Verse ran up the stairs to where the pick was being made and got to talk to Fisk. He said the pair had talked about how cool it would be to be NFL teammates, and now that it has happened, it feels surreal. In round 3, they took Blake Corum, the talented back out of Michigan. The Rams went into the draft knowing they wanted to draft a running back to back up Kenrich Williams. Williams was a breakout star last season, but had a heavy workload without a reliable backup option. Williams averaged 21.6 touches per game last year and finished 3rd in rushing despite only playing in 12 games. Corum has started every game he's played in over the last 2 seasons at Michigan and should make an impact right away. Last season, Corum set the Michigan single season record for rushing touchdowns with 27 and total touchdowns with 28. Anyways, the rest of the draft the Rams spent filling needs and taking a few guys with raw talent but a ton of upside. So I am really excited to see what some of these rookies can do in 2024 when given their opportunity. And with training camp coming up very soon, we are about to learn a lot about many of these guys. Looking at the Rams' schedule in 2024, in Week 1, they get a rematch against the Lions. That is going to be a huge game to set the tone of the season. But even if the Rams don't win, they then face the Cardinals, which gives them a great opportunity to get a bounce-back win. But then they gotta play the 49ers, so 2 out of the first 3 games are absolutely brutal. But if they can win just one of those 2, they will be in a great spot to get the season started off on the right foot. And after this, they still have a couple of tough games, but the rest of the schedule is much easier. And my prediction for the Rams is a 10-7 record, sneaking into the playoffs. But I think they will make some noise because of how battle-tested they will be, and the hunger they have to succeed after how last season ended. That's all I have to say for this video. Thank you all so much if you made it to this point, and if you enjoyed and haven't yet, please make sure to drop a like and subscribe because your support truly does mean the world. And also, let me know what you would like to see next, and until then, I will see you all later.